Good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever it is for you. It's just about, 10 to 1 on Tuesday, September, what is today? 9th. Tuesday, September 9th. Day 1294 of Vladimir Putin's war of aggression against the people of Ukraine. How do you do? I'm Peter Alexievich, and we are on a Kyiv walking tour. I want to show you this first. These are all over the city, these old arsenals, or what we would probably call in the United States batteries. So these were defensive fortifications built up on the hill so that they could see what was coming. Here, let me flip this camera around. And these are all over the city. Now, I'm not sure what year these are. If these are pre-revolutionary Tsarist, or if these are more Leninist revolutionary time. I'll have to find out. And probably it's both, right? Some are from before, some are from after. Hey, Steve-O. How you doing, pal? See that rounded wall? You can just imagine cannon sticking out of all those windows, ready to interdict any troops that have sailed up the Dnipro and then have landed on your shores and are heading up the hill toward the fortified city. Hey, Steve Kennedy, how you doing? Hey, Morna, Gary, good morning. For me, it's afternoon. It's just about, see it there? For me, it's just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And look at now, just put in just the dichotomy in this town, right? Just look at these modern apartment blocks that are all around here. I mean, it's a very modern city in so many ways. And then, you know, there's certainly a post-Soviet legacy that continues and that needs to be addressed. I don't think there's any doubt. Nobody denies any of that. It's a gorgeous end of summer day, Steve. I mean, the weather this summer has been phenomenal. Right now it's, well, I guess Celsius it's about 27. That's close to 80 Fahrenheit. For those of us who prefer the imperial scales. You know, I just have no feeling for Celsius. It doesn't mean anything to me. But you tell me that it's almost 80, I know exactly what to wear. So we're going to take the long walk through the neighborhood here. I expect mostly it'll be, I haven't taken this route before because we're going someplace I haven't been. And that's Silpo. Now, I've been in lots of Silpos, and there's a Silpo just a block from here. But that doesn't get my steps in. So we're going to go to the one that's 2.4 kilometers away. Look at those buildings. And that'll take us a little while to get down there. And I want to point out to everybody, we should bear in mind that this is a city of about 4 million people. It's a big city. And it is reeling still from the biggest missile and drone attack of the war that happened last Friday. If you recall, oh, now look at this here. Because this is all very modern, right? I think we can see that and that. I'm not so sure about this part of the building. This looks more pre-revolutionary industrial. Now, of course, it might have been built to look that way. It's hard to tell. It's in pretty good shape. Not sure. So, I think it's important to remember and bear in mind that we are walking through a city that just got the shit pummeled out of it on Friday, where we saw a mother and her infant baby murdered in their beds. And even now, a young mother and her newborn are struggling for their lives. The doctors are working to save them in a local hospital here. And their fate is far from known, right? Like, we don't know what's going to happen there. Now, but has it stopped anybody? It hasn't stopped anybody. These pointless blitzes on the civilian population of this country, while they may result in private tragedies, have hardly shaken, if anything, rather than shaken the will of the Ukrainian people, it has steeled it against ever living under the yoke of Russian oppression ever again. That's just a reality. And it's a hard reality that Russia has to learn. And I don't know what's going to make that possible, or if it even is. But there is a time of real cognitive dissonance coming to the Russian people, that's for sure. Capuletti. Oh, I've heard of this place. It's an Italian place. I'm not sure what I think of this bronze. What do you guys think? There really is a lot of great art around this town. Hard to find good Italian food. This place looks pretty authentic. We'll have to come back here sometime and try it. Tara, is there more to that question? I am in beautiful uptown Kyiv right now, and we're headed down toward Antonichka Street, a little bit past there. That's where the Silpo is that will do some shopping today. Here's those apartment complexes from the rear. And you'll notice we're right in the heart of the city, but there's an awful lot of trees. A lot of green space here. Now, it looks like that used to be crossed rapiers, but one of them is missing its pommel. I don't know if that's like the logo of the place or just a separate art installation, which, as I said, are everywhere here. Love the cool of the trees. Up top there, you can see some more sky cranes. I still have yet to get an official number on how many of these projects are currently paused due to the war. 2 years ago, I could have told you for sure it was 92%. Now I'm having trouble getting that data out of the Ministry of Economics. You know what, I should call the permit office for the city. That's what I should do. Not me, actually. I'll get somebody that speaks Ukrainian to do it. But that's probably who would know. This looks like post-World War II, reconstruction. This is Kyiv, Magnus. I'm just taking my daily walk to the grocery store, and I thought I would invite you all along for the ride. Or for the walk or the hike or whatever you want to say. Now that looks like 1920s. Right, post-Tsarist, post-revolution. Look at all the chimneys. Right, I mean, that place was built so that every apartment had its own fireplace. Or maybe its own fire for the kitchen. Oh yeah, don't worry about me, I'm just walking here. Shit, could you imagine? It's never had 8 million people. It's we think about 4 million. It's hard to say. A lot of people left at the full-scale invasion, right? But then refugees flooded in from the east. So the last count I saw from the government office in charge of internal refugees said the estimate was about 3.8 million currently living in the city. Sorry to hear it, Steve. Have a good day, man. Hey, Pedro the amigo. How you doing? Oh, yeah. The Maidan is great. We'll have to go over there sometime. But we are not headed in that direction today. This building down here is freakish. Look at those angles. I don't know how much of that is optical illusion and how much is actually an angle. We'll take a look when we get up here closer. On this building here, you can see some, like, you know, the common low-end tagging that goes on in every modern city. But then you have this piece of artwork. Which looks like Zeus something. Somebody's appointed themselves king of the gods. And I'm not talking about Vladimir Putin. There's more of that Virginia creeper. Very common to see it growing like ivy here. It's funny, of course, because to me it's a weed that I want to be rid of. The sap is as bad as poison ivy in terms of reactions on most adults. It has been a calm day. We saw last night, what did we see? Oh gosh, let me think. I just did these numbers too. I want to say it was 84 drones last night, no missiles. And of the 84 drones, 60 of them were intercepted or neutralized with electronic warfare for about a 74% interception rate, if I'm not mistaken. If somebody checks my Blue Sky, X, Twitter, Threads, or Instagram, you could confirm that. Look at that place. I think it's all optical illusion. I don't think it's really built with these seams. Nah, that's flat as a pancake. Look at it. Wow. That's neat, though. I like it. I wonder what it is. Let's cross the street, see if we can get a better look. Look both ways. Yeah, no, it's completely an optical illusion. There's no angles to the structure. It's flat as a pancake. It's just painted to look that way. Yeah, that is amazing. I mean, that's a true optical illusion. It really looks pinched. And it's not at all. Huh. Oh, that's grapevine there. That's all grapevine. More modern skyscrapers, right? This is a residential neighborhood. I don't think it is Pechursk, technically, but it's adjacent to Pechursk, I think. I'm pretty sure that's right. Is that a metro? That looks like a metro up there, but I'm not sure. It might not be. No, I'm not sure what that is. Fitness Club Workshop. I guess that's the Fitness Club Workshop. Now look, this is so weird, right? Can I just show you this? Look at how weird this is. And this shit happens all over this city. You're coming around the corner, you have a nice level walkway, right? And then for some reason, there's 3 half steps here. None of them are the same size as the other. They're not evenly spaced, and there's no fucking need for them. It's just a hazard. Look, somebody left a couple of scooters there just to protect people from this hazard. It's ridiculous. And these half steps that mean nothing are everywhere. Here it is again. Look at the legacy of Soviet engineering. Oh, it's a grocery store. Huh. That is the fanciest grocery store I ever saw. Okay. I don't know what that is. That looks like some kind of government building. Soviet brutalist architecture at its best. Look at how busy, look at how thriving, look at how active this town is. I mean, how anybody thinks they're going to defeat these people is beyond me. Yesterday in Moskovy Komsomolets, they wrote about how anyone is blind to the New World Order of China, India, and Russia, and the end of global liberalism as a force in the world is simply blind. Well, I think that that's complete bullshit. I think you have to have blinders on your eyes to believe that the autocracies are somehow superior to the democracies, when all that they have ever done is steal, murder, and rape their way around the world. It's ridiculous. Life goes on. Yes, it does. And people have a good life in Kyiv. It's a great town. Food is fabulous. And it's from all over the world. You can get anything you want. I just crossed the street in front of the car that was turning because I was in a pedestrian crosswalk and had the right of way. That's how that works. I also had him on camera. If he hit me, we'd have a lawsuit, right? So you can tell this is new construction because the trees are so young, right? They put in the building, they planted the trees, and they're young. Unfortunately, look at, there's that blight that seems to be endemic here. You know, there's no money for a spraying program now, but after the war, they're going to have to spray every tree in this town or chop them down. That'll be the only way to manage it. It's really reminiscent. Now, that's not a chestnut, but it is reminiscent of the blight in America that made the American chestnut extinct. It's virulent, it's in everything, and it seems unstoppable. Well, you know what, Dave? That's exactly the reason that we're here. Is because I want you to see that life goes on. That this, oh, look at this. I mean, that's like living in the Jetsons place. Holy cowbunga. Love it. But that's absolutely one of the reasons I'm here, right? And why we're doing this. Is because there is a mythology. Ooh, geez. Oh, I don't like that at all. There is definitely a mythos in the West about countries at conflict. That in a country like this, in a city like this, where it's getting hit all the time by rockets and missiles, there is a mythology that life must be unbearable. And while it is difficult, and I don't want to under or minimize the difficulty that so many Ukrainians are facing at this time, the tough reality is that people soldier on. They keep going. There are children to be dressed and fed. There is school to be gotten to. There is work to be done. And every day, 4 million Kyivans get up and do it. And it doesn't matter what happened the night before. You just have to manage and keep going. What else are you going to do? We're in Kyiv. Andrew, I highly recommend that. Oh, Russia is leaving the convention on torture. I mean, not that it matters. Torture is a tool of the Russian state. They've never abandoned it as a policy, endemic to everything that they do. And now that they've given the FSB their own private pre-trial detention facilities, right? You can read that as torture chambers. They're going to want to do a lot of torture, and so they're not going to want to be part of the international order that forbids it. And Andrew, I do recommend that everybody come to this country and see this country after the war. If you're going to come now, you should come with a plan, and not merely a plan, but with an organization that supports you and some commitment to be useful if you can be. I mean, I don't know how useful I am, but I try. I sincerely try. Yeah, well, there you go, Andy. Thanks. Awesome, Andrew. I'm thinking, oh, sorry. I don't know. I'm thinking I might do walking tours of Kyiv in English after the war. So maybe you could just hire me, Andrew, and we'll spend an afternoon together going from the Pecherska Lavra to the Motherland Monument and out to dinner at Pervak. You're buying. Dave, thank you very much. I really appreciate you saying that, because that is definitely one of the goals here. I mean, look when it comes to the digital economy, I don't think any country in the world is quite as advanced or integrated into daily life as the Ukrainians are. I mean, it's really remarkable, the system of documents that they have here for the citizens. Look at that. I don't know what that is, probably a Lada or one of those old Soviet cars, and it looks like somebody's using it to advertise something. Neato. That is super neat. Oh, there's the very first Cyrillic word I read in Cyrillic. Here, let me show you how stupid I am. I don't know if you can see it. Salon. About 2 years ago, I realized that it said salon, and I was so proud of myself. I was grinning for 12 hours, I swear to God. It's a walking tour, Magnus. It's a walking tour. Pub crawl, not for me. I really... I'm not much of a drinker. I can be your designated driver, though. That's for sure. It's a Zaporizhzhia car. Is it a Zaporizhzhia car? See, I knew that they made cars in Zaporizhzhia, but I don't have any idea what they look like. Interesting. Thanks, pal. Who said that? I can't see. It's awfully bright out here. I am in Ukraine. I'm in the capital city of Kyiv. And I feel like maybe I went the wrong way. I'm not sure. Well, let's keep walking and see what happens. I mean, I'm out to get my steps in and learn the city, right? So, if I'm off... Oh, wait, no, I went exactly right. Look, this is my old apartment. Not really my apartment. An American that lives here let me stay with him for, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks when I first arrived. Which was nice of the guy. There's a great park across the street. Oh, good, we're almost at the market. Oh, I love that cool, the shade. I'm sweating. It's gotta be 80. And it feels a little humid today. No, but this was one of the first apartments I was in when I first came to the city. It's great. Foodie tour. I'm down for that, Andrew. I know a great Indian place, a great Chinese place, great Ukrainian places, great Georgian places, Turkic places, whatever you want. Except Italian. Not really good Italian anywhere. Maybe I'll try that Capoletti and we'll have a full EU. Oh, that was Nick who knew about the Zaporizhzhits. UK media posts mainly pictures of old concrete-style Soviet buildings, farms, warehouses. Yeah, David, right? And look it. I mean, now look, it's true. If you go out of the center of town, right, there are neighborhoods that were built during the Stalinist period, and they look like it. But the city itself is quite modern, and the country itself is extraordinarily modern. In a lot of ways. Like everybody, there's room for improvement. Have you stopped smoking inside an old you smoked from window? Yeah, no, I don't smoke indoors at all. Although, actually, it's funny you asked that question, Pedro, because I can show you a place where you can smoke inside. It's unbelievable. It's so civilized. It reminds me of my youth. But this place is actually in the grocery store we are headed to. So I will show you. Brad is blocked. He's already gone. Doesn't he look tired? He does. Places look similar to Lithuania. Well, certainly any of the Soviet architecture, any of the Stalinist period architecture is going to be cookie cutter right out of the same bunch of architects and engineers. I've never been to any of the Baltic states. I would like to go. Especially, I guess, the beaches in Lithuania are a great place to find amber. 400 million year old amber washing up on the beaches. It's a very clean, very modern city. Oh, geez, wait. Can I show you? No, this corner doesn't have one. Let me see here. Let me show you at the next corner because we're almost at the grocery store. It's just another block down here. This is a bank. I think this is Ukrainska Bank, like the state bank, or one of the state banks. Now, I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know if this is just normal construction or if this is the result of a drone or missile strike. Looks like construction. Looks like somebody's digging a new well. There's the bank. Good exchange rate at this place. If you're in town, that's a good place to change dollars. Well, whatever was in there is gone, that's for sure. Looks like it was an older building. It's tough to say. Down here, this is Antonichka down here, and this is very modern. I mean, just take a look at some of these buildings. And now here, so in this country, there's no ADA, right? The American with Disabilities Act. And so many of the corners are simply not handicapped accessible. Now this corner happens to be. You can see I could take a wheelchair here. This would not be a problem. The legacy of the war, the number of survivors with serious injuries, mandate a need for reform. And I am very pleased to say that in spite of the war, in spite of everything, all over this city, corners that are non-compliant, corners that pose a problem for veterans in wheelchairs, are being taken care of. And there is a movement to modernize the city for those who are physically disabled, because none of that thinking went into the building of this town or most of the buildings here, as any casual observer can see. But that's changing. And in my mind, not only is that the movement in the direction you want, but it's precisely the kind of empathy that you need to have a civilization. Oh, hey, look at this. Now, these old guardrails are kind of all over the place. This one features the patron saint of the city, St. Michael the Archangel, who somehow has failed to show up yet again in this time of crisis. I live here because this is the most important thing happening in the world right now. That's all there is to it. It is. It is simply the most important thing happening in the world. And the way that it goes from this critical inflection point in history will affect the lives of probably billions of people. That's billions with a B. And I don't consider that to be an exaggeration. You've got hundreds of millions of lives in Central Asia right now that are holding their breath, waiting to see what happens, what the outcome of this conflict is, because it will change all of their futures. Okay, now let me show you the one place in Kyiv that I'm aware of that you can smoke inside. Aside from hookah bars, they have hookah bars, and that I'm aware of that you can smoke inside. Aside from hookah bars, they have hookah bars, or you can come upstairs here to the billiards. Now look at this carpet. If you're an American, you've never walked into a bowling alley or a pool hall without walking on this carpet. Look at it. Thanks, Renvox. Without walking on this carpet. Look at it. Thanks, Renvox. It's not that. The average Ukrainian makes 1/10 the average American, but their grocery bill is $1.50 different every week. Grocery bill is $1.50 different every week. How about that? That's far from. If we look over here, I kid you not. So they've got real billiards here and pool. It's a great spot. Highly recommend it. Very reasonably priced. Although the drinks are a little. Okay, let's go to Silpo. Up? Are we back or no? Up? Are we back or no? Are we back, guys, or no? Well, Dave, I was just in my destination, so if it's not going to work inside, we're going to have to call it a live, because I do have to get the grocery shopping done. So, questions, comments, anything from anybody about anything? Questions that I didn't get answered while I was walking? Anything from anybody? All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming along with me on my walk. The inciting incident. I can tell you, Chance, what the inciting incident was. Like all other Americans interested in the loss of our democracy and the pressure on emergent democracies in the world, I watched the war in Ukraine with great interest for nearly a year. And then it was January of 2023, and I was in a bar in Erie, Pennsylvania. And me and my friends were talking in loud voices about the lack of responsiveness of our government to the crisis in Ukraine, and talking in loud voices about how unhappy we were with the response to the situation. Well, the bartender comes over and he drops our wings in front of us and he says, "Petey, you're listening to all the wrong people. There ain't no war in Ukraine. It's all a hoax so the Biden crime family can launder money." Now, I got to tell you, hearing that kind of bullshit, Russian talking point and disinformation from a fellow American in a bar, a biker bar in Erie, Pennsylvania, I didn't know. We didn't know what to do. So we grabbed our wings to go. We went back to my place. I yelled a lot. They finally left. When they left, I got on the internet and I booked a flight to Warsaw and a sleeper car to Kyiv. Absolutely determined to try to be of some use in this at this time. And so I came on a 3-month NGO contract, and then, well, that was 2.5 years ago. Thanks, Dave. Definitely Pedro. Definitely wait until after the war. Nobody should come here as a tourist right now. So, Chance, does that answer your question? I got sweat in my eyes. They're burning. Lars is always on the numbers. Lars, my meter says 10.2. Thank you, Chance. So, guys, thanks for coming on my walk with me. I'm going to go do the grocery shopping and then get to the house and try to make some videos. I'll see everybody in the live tonight. Take care.